There is only God doing the doing, because if God didn't do it, it wasn't done. If you can get around those, I mean, well, religion does it pretty good. They get around it. Uh, no.
It's
It
true.
isn't funny to be led around,
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
like,
She,
yeah, like sheep. Yeah, right. And they're saying, okay, anything, just leave me alone. And they'll get by with little ceremonies and things and holy water and holy this and holy that, and it's holy a crock. Hey, if as you think you are, it would be wise to think only on things that are lovely. Well, think only on things that are lovely and of good report. That would be wise, wouldn't
it would be.
it? I mean, what we're talking about you and your life. You see, you are directing it. And all of the incidences that you go through, they were directed by you. Well, actually, they were directed by subconscious mind, but based upon the images you gave her. See, and she don't question you at all. As a matter of fact, she probably don't even know what you're doing. It doesn't matter. She just builds your world accordingly, as within, so without. And remember, if you're all looking around the outside for help, you're told very plainly that all the help you need is nearer than hands and feet. It means it's right with you. And so, in other words, you've been babbling over it all this time, unaware that it's creative. See, rather you're aware. You're not excused because you're not aware. See, God's no respecter of persons. Right there, that tells you right there. You get what you ask for. It's as simple as that. And you are asking ceaselessly, praying, and all prayer is answered. So I think that answered probably most of the questions anybody had, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. You were stating that if God didn't do it, it wasn't done. And the listener needs to understand that God is doing it as you.
Whom he gave permission.
Absolutely. In your world. And let me stress, like Mr. Linda stated earlier, in your world, God is doing it as you, as in your neighbors, your sister, your brothers, your mother, your father. God is doing it as them.
And it says, even though I walk through the desert of the shadow of death, thou art with me. See, that's saying again, I suffer with you, but you behold me not. See, in other words, it's just a thought from life and death right there. And every time you open your mouth, be aware not to imagine mischievous imaginings, because it's like, don't want to talk about avalanches. I heard the news today. Anyway, it's all about our attitudes. I mean, every situation you're in, good or otherwise, it's all about what you're thinking feelingly about. That's your involvement. And you can blame the outcome on other people, but you know, the driver of the getaway car gets the same sentence as the people who actually did the robbing. So, so there's no safe place. You're given that. See, that's the word, given. You already got it. You just don't recognize it yet. And recognizing it is It's a powerful stimulant, I'll tell you. It really is. Attitude awareness, imaginational control, and you stroll through. You know what everybody's looking for? Just roll through.
Yeah.
I mean, you work all their life for a retirement and then they die. A friend of mine had a friend, and he died on the day he retired.
Wow.
Unreal, unreal. And then they put on the grave, rest in peace. You know, suicides are people who think they're getting away with something.
Yeah.
I do this, man, and then all that's you don't get away with nothing. If you fostered it into the world, you experience it. It's as simple as that. If you don't want to see it in your world, do not give any time to thinking feelingly about it, because if you do, you'll override and you'll wind up experiencing it. You're always thinking ahead of your evidence. Just remember that. You will experience your evidence of what you're thinking. I don't know what you're thinking, but I'll tell you this. You experience it, you'll know what you were thinking. If you'll just put the two together, you thought that ahead of your experiencing it. Just now, I just put my hands together. See, I had to have a thought of that first. And if you realize you're always thinking ahead of your evidence, you want to think lovely and of good report, wouldn't you? I mean, that seems logical to me. And I wasn't all that brilliant. So I thought, that really sounds like there's something there. I knew I had heard something when I heard Neville speaking. I heard something worthy of my attention. And you see, that's all we're here to do, is make it worthy of your attention. If you don't pay attention to it or not, that's not our business. That's your business. And you are your business. And hopefully you're minding your business. And your business is you're thinking to yourself about what? That's your business, because that's what you'll be experiencing. You see, it states very plainly, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And as male, female made he them man. So everybody thinks feelingly about what? That's what's important. About what? You're thinking feelingly generally all the time about something, especially if you're angry. But you got to get over that too. I've never gotten over it completely, but I handle it a lot better now than I did before. Now I kind of laugh at myself. Who did what? What? And that's what you do. It even says God laughs. What is he laughing about? You finally realize you were faced with annex you dreamed up. See, God didn't put them on you at all. I know everybody's always blaming God. Well, he did it by his power, but by the decision to do it, that was the individual. So you're calling forth your life every moment of time. Hopefully it's lovely and a good report, but you know, I really feel bad for the people who cannot accept such a simple idea that as you think you are. It's just simple, because you look at the way you're thinking and you look at the way you're living and you figured that's all there is to it. But you're told to change your mind. That changes your world. And God does the changing through subconscious mind It only builds your world according to as you think you are. That's it. It's all that simple. I mean, all you have to do is test it, isn't it? That's all you have to
Absolutely.
do is just test it. Because once you test it, it's in there. And then it'll do its work. You understand? It'll do its work. It'll change your whole outlook on life. It seemed like just like that, but it isn't. And you know, it's like I said, look, at first it's a lot of hard work. I mean, you have to be patient with yourself. And that alone is enough to half the population just went just being patient with yourself. And I was one of those, you know, I was not patient at all. And and I actually realized it because of just I was suggested to do a little self-examination to see what I was generally thinking and feeling, and the results I didn't like. I was thinking on things, first of all, probably none of my business, but that enters into it too. See, you enter into anything you give thought to. And the more consistent the thought, the quicker you face the results. And you always face the results of your own thinking feelingly. So if you're not happy with the results you're getting, it's only a change of mind. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, isn't it? A
It
change of
is.
mind.
It
I
is.
mean, if you're poor, you want to be rich. Well, you got to change your mind to that. See, you have to develop the attitude of I am rich, and you are, but you have to draw it out of yourself. You see, it's as you think you are, so you have to draw it out of it's with you. See, you're told that worshiping God is using his gifts, so you must already have them, and you do, because you see it. You see all over the world. You see people who use those talents to the nth degree. And you have talents that you can use too. And you say, oh, I don't have any talents. No. Well, I see, yeah, you're actually right. Because you just denied yourself your own talents. And believe me, you'd be surprised at the talents you got.
Absolutely.
I mean, it may not be the same one someone else got, but it wasn't what they wanted anyway. So it's your passions in life that need to be fulfilled and will be fulfilled if they're a true passion, right? Not just a phony statement. See, that's the difference that makes the difference, isn't it?
It is. Not a hope so. Most people are operating from hope so as opposed to know so.
The thing of it is that they pretend to know. And that sinks your ship. When you pretend to know, that sinks your ship. You have to know. Okay. And you're the one who will be held responsible for what you do. And what I mean by that is that you suffer what you set in motion. And you're setting it in motion by thinking feelingly about it. So if it isn't something you want to experience, I drop it right away. And the quicker you drop it, the better off you are. Believe me, you and everybody around you. You know, your world is constructed by you. That's Scripture repeats that over and over and over, that your world is constructed by you. As a man thinketh in his heart. That's it. That's what you do. That's what you be. That's what you have. I had a half a dozen of Neville's tapes, and I listened to them at least one every night for years before it actually touched base. I began thinking differently. The importance of having a CD, because what has your focus has your life. Think about it. We're not asking you to join anything, but you have to have the CDs. You have to have the DVDs. You have to listen to them. It's you training this. Listen, listen, listen.
But as Mr. Lindell stated, you have to listen to them repeatedly. And again, for those who are interested, click the link below and it will take you to the 4 CD set, and you'll be able to transform not only your mind, but your world.